come on. It wasn't a very loud call for help.
Loud enough, Cringer. By the power of Grayskull!
The episode One for All is really interesting for two reasons, which is why I decided to have it as one of the featured reviews for this year. One reason relates to the plot, and the other reason we'll get back to in a while. In this episode, a group of pirates led by Captain Stickyfingers, and yes, that's his name, decide to terrorize a small village by taking half their crops. However, a girl named Rose slips away and is chased down by the Snakeman pirate with a laser-shooting hook for a hand. Adam and Tila are out inspecting an ancient quote-unquote campground when they hear Rose being pursued by the pirate. Adam becomes He-Man, saves the little girl, and pushes the Snake Man into the river in a very Roadrunner-esque scene. The girl tells Adam and Tila about the space pirates, and they decide to go help the villagers while Orko goes back to the palace to seek the royal guard. Adam and Tila try to stop the pirates, but in an uncharacteristically disastrous fashion, Cringer knocks Adam backwards and causes him to lose his sword. Adam and Tila are captured, but Rose and his father rescue them by distracting the Lionman pirate with food. Afterwards, the pirates send a monster called the Tracker to literally track the heroes down. Adam is able to get rid of it by forcing it to snort some spice, which causes it to sneeze uncontrollably. Finally, Adam and Tila round the villagers together in order to drive the pirates away. The angered pirates decide to take all the villagers' food, and the villagers manage to rig a bunch of traps for them. Meanwhile, Adam tells Cringer to look for his sword, and in a moment of uncharacteristic heroism, Cringer actually manages to get Adam's sword back. Adam becomes He-Man and is able to dissolve Stickyfingers' tar, which forces him to retreat. However, he stops Stickyfingers by lassoing the space pirate ship with a giant chain and breaking its exhaust. Duncan shows up and the pirates get rounded up. Now, the main reason I really like this episode is that it's one of those iconic superhero loses his powers episodes. There's been a few occasions in He-Man where Adam hasn't been able to turn into He-Man, but I think this episode works the best, especially since Adam actually manages to do plenty in this episode even without super strength. That's why I like this kind of episode. It really shows what the hero is capable of. On top of that, the episode has rather high production quality, and I quite like the animal-themed space pirates. Most of them are just uniformed goons, yeah, but I think the Snakeman, the Lionman, and the Toadman all add a little bit of extra novelty factor to this episode.
Take all their food, every last crumb.
I even like the main villain, Stickyfingers. Now yeah, his name is rather ridiculous, and I don't really know what the hell is up with that power of his. Makes me think of Grease Pit from Biker Mice from Mars. However, for once, John Irwin is able to make the villain sound threatening, which definitely makes for a change.
Those villagers will pay for defying us.
The animation quality is excellent, even by Season 2 standards, and I think the comedic elements of the episode play out really well, with a lot of physical gags.
Hey, wait for me! On second thought, I'll just wait here.
However, there is something kinda odd about this episode, which you'll notice if you've watched all the He-Man episodes till now, or at least the ones I've talked about in my videos. This episode happens to suffer from one of the worst sins that Filmation committed throughout Season 2, and that was shameless recycling of older character models. Now yes, they've been doing this since the beginning of the series, but at least in Season 1, they usually made the effort to make the characters look distinct by adding detail, or just by recoloring the animation cells. Here, however, it seems they used their entire reservoir of stock character models, and most of them without altering the character's appearance one bit. Now, of course, there's the typical stock lady, the stock divided polka cut guy, the old man in the forefront. There's also the leader of the cave people from Star Child, the black gladiator dude from A Tale of Two Cities, both Locos' human form, and Malik from The Wizard of Stone Mountain, frickin' Chad for the nth time in the series, and even Sago from The Sleepers Awaken. Not only that, the little gargoyle guy actually sounds like Locos, or Alan Oppenheimer's screechy voice, and the campground the heroes find actually contains Colasar's chair. Probably the funniest of these stock cameos is by the Tracker, who is actually a scaled down version of the random elephant trunk monster He-Man fought in The Reign of the Monster, which of course is my favorite episode. They give the monster a lot of new and interesting detail, but I just find it hilarious that the monster is so much smaller, and that I so instantly recognize it. So it seems to me that while they poured a lot of effort into the villains and the action scenes in this episode, they then decided to utilize as many stock characters as possible instead of having to draw new characters. It's a little distracting if you happen to know who all these characters are, but I guess it really doesn't matter that much because the episode itself is so solid. This one is definitely worth a watch because of its story and gags, but you might find the amount of familiar faces a bit distracting.
Eeny, meeny, to and fro. Now I'll make the pirate go.
Orcos don't.
Sorry, Man-at-Arms.
That's all from me for now. Next time, we have Granomir. Until then, I have the power, so can you. Hey, wanna help me decide what to do for the final video of the He-Man Season 2 reviews? Why not join the forums at itstelltime.net. You can also discuss movies, TV, anime, video games, and much more. See you all on the next one.